I want to talk about putting yourself first and kind of put this like, people are going to think I'm a narcissist.
Oh, that's a big one. That shows up a lot, actually. People don't realize, and I really wish more people realize that if you put yourself first, you're helping the collective. That is it. Your one and only job is to put yourself first and to love yourself. It helps with boundaries. It helps to model other people that this is what is in my highest and best interest. And I really would like to stick with that plan. People don't realize how good it is for everyone around. Doing things that you enjoy, right? It's gonna have that amazing ripple effect onto everyone, on your kids, on your parents, on your spouses, on everyone around you. It is so important to put yourself first, and it's so important to give to yourself first. Make sure you meet your needs first, not your children, not your parents, not your spouses. You have to place yourself first. This is such a big goal for a lot of people, and most people don't realize it, and they think they're going to become narcissists somehow.
Hello and welcome to Emanate Light Podcast. I'm Chris. This is Olia, and today we have some exciting things that we're going to talk about. What are we talking about today?
We are going to talk about some challenging people face in therapy, and I really wanted to discuss some of the things that came to the surface recently in the last few weeks, and I think it's important to talk about and bring some light to these topics. So I'm so glad we're here today.
I love that. So today we're talking about challenges in therapy, putting yourself first, integrating spirituality, all the different layers of body, mind, and spirit.
Absolutely.
What kind of challenges are you facing in therapy right now?
Well, lately, I feel like a lot of people coming in and really want to see a quick fix. And this has been a theme in the last several months, I would say. And I always tell people it took you 40-something years to get here, however many years, right? It's not gonna be an instant fix. People need to retrain their mind. People really need to start working on practicing different tools and techniques and be intentional about it. And coming to therapy once a week is not gonna help it. It's gonna help, but it's not gonna be fast. It's not gonna be a quick fix. People need to practice their homework. They need to meditate. And meditation, I think, is what is going to help them to get to that next level. And if you think of it as a mind training, you actually training that muscle. And it's really important for people to know that the more you pay attention, the more present you become, the easier it is for you to make these changes and adapt certain new habits. So please meditate. Please take time out of your day. It's not a waste of time. Trust me, you're building that muscle. You're really reprogramming years of that negative programming, basically, and you're allowing the new energy to come in. And it's such a powerful tool. Then people can do other tools and techniques they learn in therapy, affirmations, parts work, whatever you're doing with your therapist, ask for homework so your process is not slow, so you can go a little faster, so you can feel better, right? This one is really, really important. You need to make that decision for yourself and really practice at home and use these tools and techniques at home as well. Maybe you can find like a mindfulness class or yoga class that you can go to. And everyone knows that last few minutes of every yoga class is Shavasana. You can really relax and really help yourself to release certain things and really get grounded in your body, which is extremely healing. So I feel like it is really important to do that work on yourself at home, not only in therapy sessions when you come and see a therapist.
What do you think the amount of, because you have this like body, mind, spirit complex, right, that we walk around in. How much of this is mental? How much of it is spiritual?
I feel like all of it is spiritual. It all comes from our consciousness, thoughts. It's all energy. First of all, I just wanted to kind of go over that everything's energy, and our physical body is a direct representation of what's going on to us energetically, spiritually, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of people come in and they don't understand spirituality. They don't believe in energy, and they want to get healed. And it's like, yes, I understand that you want to get healed, but you have to look at all the layers and all the aspects of your beingness. You're not just a physique. You have your personality, you have your consciousness, you have your soul, spirit, right? We have to look at all the layers. And yes, sometimes people are in therapy and they go through all of the work and they end up hitting a wall because they're not considering that spiritual, energetic aspect. It could be imprints from past lives. It could be ancestral stuff. It could be energetic things that they picked up from just being an empath and being around negative people all day. So you have to look at the whole picture. You are not just a physical body. You are consciousness primarily, and you really have to consider that. And when you're in therapy, you really need to make sure you kind of exploring all of your aspects. It's really important to take time and really treat yourself as consciousness primarily. You're not your body, your consciousness. So if people realize that, I feel like we're going to have a lot more energy work done, a lot more. I mean, I feel like that is already kind of gaining popularity.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, considering especially like traditional therapy and like if you go back to the roots of like Freud, like we are miles away.
Oh yeah, thousands of miles away. Exactly. So, and at this point, I feel like people we are more advanced. We are operating totally differently on a different speed, and we need tools that will help us to release things faster. So yeah, people need to consider the fact that there are consciousness primarily. There's so many aspects, so many different things that can influence how you feel on a daily basis, from people that you surround yourself with, to past lives, to things that you eat. Everything influences how you feel. So you have to look at the whole puzzle, the entire picture.
That's beautiful. I want to get your thoughts on this because there is this like premise that will you just keep reliving an experience over and over, like you're gonna hoping to like heal it. And I've heard that you're just creating the same pathway, because until you're ready to actually let it go and place some kind of forgiveness on this trauma, and forgiveness meaning I accept it happened, and I'm ready to stop giving energy
and attention.
And I remember when I was younger, I had this experience where my father did something, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm never going to forgive you. Right. So it's like that. You hold on to it.
Yeah.
You're not going to let it go.
You replay it, and you keep feeling that resentment.
And it's like the motivation to like, oh, I'm not going to help you because I'm still holding on to this thing.
Yeah. So what happens energetically, actually, people actually come in and replay the same scenario over and over. And I would hear the same story over and over and over again until I actually let the client know you're actually stuck in the loop. And until you pause and realize that you keep getting yourself stuck, you're not going to leave the loop. So in order for us to get unstuck, we have to understand that forgiveness is such an important tool here. And you really need to be ready for this and be ready to come out of this loop and to create a different story. Yes, sometimes we have to tell the story 50 times and be so sick of it to finally be like, yes, we're done. I want to finally put a stop to it and create a different story in my head and release this person. But usually when you're working with someone who does not understand that it's actually recreating that same pattern, you're reliving it. You're reliving it and you're reliving it by telling it over and over again. And feeding it with your energy and attention. And the way to stop it is to realize that you're constantly recreating the same pattern. So create a different story.
Right. And wherever energy goes, energy flows. And if you keep feeding that, you're just making it stronger.
Exactly. So by putting attention into this, you're recreating the loop. So we have to pause and ask ourselves, what story am I replaying over and over again? And really realize that you are a creator here. You can create a different story. You can change your past. I'm not saying you can change your physical past. You can change your energetic past by changing the story. And I'm a huge fan of this technique. You can go back and change what happened in your actual story, create a different ending, and it will help you energetically. You will release pain from certain parts of yourself, of your beingness that's still stuck there and still need healing. So it actually is a powerful tool. This is how you get out of that loop, by changing the story. People don't realize how helpful it is, but it changes the game entirely.
And this is a quantum technique.
It's a quantum technique, correct. People don't know that by changing the story in their imagination, let's say you had an abusive father, right? If you change that, if you imagine that you had a very caring, loving father who gave you so much love, so much attention, you actually help your child self. That part of you is actually healing. If you imagine that scenario, you got everything you needed out of that relationship, and same with your mom, and same with your siblings. It is a very powerful tool that you can use to alleviate some of that pain. And then you will notice that you finally you now understand what a healthy relationship is, and your current relationships will change based on that. So play with that and see how it works out for you. But yeah, people need to realize that they're creating that their current reality by replaying their past.
Right.
And that's what keeps getting them stuck.
Right. And then that's the reflection that you keep playing out.
Exactly. And for some people, it's a really difficult concept to understand until they're like in the moment and doing the work.
Right.
But it has to be very intentional. You have to put all your energy, all your attention into that. Okay, what exactly am I working on? What exactly am I changing here?
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of that, you have to become aware. You have to be conscious. You have to start noticing how certain things make you feel and why.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the big things people overlook is their own feeling state and their guidance system, and what just happened that put me in a bad mood, and where is that belief system that is causing this discomfort.
Absolutely. And we need to tap into that feeling, and maybe a part of you will come up that it's a 12-year-old boy or a girl, and this is where we need to travel and change that story and help that 12-year-old to feel better, because they still need you. They're still trapped in that quantum loop, if you will. And until you go there and talk to them and heal them, essentially, right? It won't change.
Right. And if that 12-year-old is still traumatized, that 12-year-old still comes out even in your adult relationships if you are not aware of how it's impacting. And
absolutely. And we have so many parts that are not healed. I've done a lot of work, but I still notice certain parts coming out here and there. And okay, we have to pay attention. We have to focus on sending love to that part. That part needs something from me. And until you go through that technique and heal all of your parts, I mean, it's going to take time, and a lot of patience, but it's doable. It's going to get easier and easier with time, though. You have to train that muscle through practicing awareness and realizing that certain parts of you are activating, and it's going to become easier for you to do that once you establish that habit.
Okay, let's switch gears. I want to talk about putting yourself first and kind of put this like, people are going to think I'm a narcissist.
Oh, that's a big one. That shows up a lot, actually. People don't realize, and I really wish more people realize that if you put yourself first, you're helping the collective. That is it. Your one and only job is to put yourself first and to love yourself. It helps with boundaries. It helps to model other people that this is what is in my highest and best interest. And I really would like to stick with that plan. People don't realize how good it is for everyone around. So doing things that you enjoy, right? It's gonna have that amazing ripple effect onto everyone, on your kids, on your parents, on your spouses, on everyone around you. It is so important to put yourself first. And it's so important to give to yourself first. Make sure you meet your needs first, not your children, not your parents, not your spouses. You have to place yourself first. This is such a big goal for a lot of people, and most people don't realize it, and they think they're going to become narcissists somehow. If you are a kind person, if you are a unaware person, right, you are already have certain level of awareness, you're not going to become a narcissist. First of all, you're not going to harm people. You're not going to be a jerk to someone else. It doesn't happen because you're already like up here and you know what not to do. So it is really important to realize that by meeting your own needs and putting yourself first, you actually helping everyone around you. You're going to be happy. Everyone around you is going to be happy. So people really need to learn this one and let go of that irrational fear of becoming a narcissist.
I like that analogy of the glass. You're like an empty glass. And when you put yourself first, you start filling up that glass and that glass becomes full. But if you are constantly giving to other people first and you're emptying your glass, and then when it comes time to give to yourself and your glass is empty, you have nothing to give to yourself and you're just unhappy.
If you constantly give, and you really don't know how to put yourself first, you will have a really difficult time receiving. It's like your reception channel is blocked. So people don't understand that they need to learn how to receive. It's safe for them to receive. It's good for them to receive. It creates that even exchange. And some people are just happy to give. It helps their energy. It has to be a really healthy exchange of giving and receiving, not just giving or not just receiving, right? For narcissists, you're just receiving. Narcissists are just taking from people.
Manipulating people.
Exactly. So you can just receive. They don't give very much. They don't have a lot to give. And if you're an empath, if you're a giver, you're going to give. You really have to watch out for that even exchange. And maybe you need to reevaluate certain relationships you have with people and finally decide, I've been giving so much to this person and I don't get anything back from them. It actually happens a lot. And when people finally realize that, okay, it's time for me to receive, it's time for me to put myself first, they notice one thing: they get cut off by those people and they lose those relationships, which is a great thing. You wanna lose those relationships because they were not healthy for you anyway. They were like parasite relationships, essentially. So be prepared to lose some people in your life, and it's okay. It's good. It's healthy. It's part of the process. It means that you're growing. So I really want you to be prepared for it, but it's not a bad thing. It's actually a great thing. So anytime you lose someone who's toxic like that, say thank you to yourself. You've done good work by doing something right for you, because remember, you are the main character. You have to place yourself first and do what's right for you, because that's going to benefit everyone. It's going to model such a beautiful example for people.
And I think you make a good point. And just to piggyback on what you're saying too, is it's not just losing a person, even losing an opportunity it can be protection. It can be the best thing for you, even though in the moment you're like, I really want this thing to happen. And you're knocking on the doors and you're knocking on the windows and nothing is opening up. But at the end of the day, this Spirit's got a better plan. There's something in the works. You just need to be patient. I've kind of trained myself to even be in this place where if it doesn't happen, I'm like, oh, something better is coming.
And it always happens, right? When you trust. Oh, that's another topic for another podcast. People don't trust. And that's like, oh, it's hard. It's hard to trust when you're not seeing things. So it's like you have to trust that the universe has a better plan for you. And it will show up. Trust me, it will show up. You will, the doors will open. What's meant to happen will happen. And it's kind of like, goes back to the past life regression work that I do. What's meant to happen will happen. We just have to relax and allow. And that is a really big skill that a lot of people are working on. Even I'm still working on that. I have to relax and allow so certain things come in effortlessly without me sitting there and checking every second and trying to manipulate the outcome, because that is like what our ego wants to do. But in reality, if we put that ego aside and relax, things will start falling on our lap. And this is like part of you receiving from the universe. This is part of you allowing. And our job is really to learn how to allow. Yes, we have to set intentions. This is really important. This is part of your masculine energy, right? But we also have to allow and receive. And this is your feminine energy. And those two have to be in balance in order for you to have like a really good flow. And if you want to manifest, right, like you need to learn how to balance those two energies. So check in with yourself, see where you're at with that. Are you a better giver or receiver? Maybe it's really comfortable for you to give, but you don't know how to receive. You don't even know how to, and it's not just gifts. It's not just money. It's compliments too. Sometimes you say, oh my God, I love your shirt, or I love your purse, whatever. And people freeze because they don't know. And sometimes they don't even think you're being authentic. And it's part of the problem. You don't know how to receive. So allow yourself to receive. And you will see how things are changing for you in the better way, but also prepared to let go of things that are not serving. It's going to be a change. And every time you grow, every time you level up, you, believe it or not, lose a lot of things, a lot of people. Sometimes clearings happen and things start breaking, or you have like these unexpected losses, and it's okay. It's just energy clearing, and just say thank you and move on. And you're leveling up, and remember that as long as you're doing that work on yourself, things are going to elevate, and you're going to feel better and better every day.
And you bring up a good point about you got to balance that, the masculine side and the feminine side, because everybody has a masculine side and a feminine side. And I think like there's a toxic side to both. You have the toxic femininity, feminine side, and you have the toxic masculine side,
yeah.
Right? The toxic masculine wants to get everything done and bulldoze it, and the feminine side just wants to talk about it and feel about it and not get anything done.
Exactly.
So.
And just receive, and the world owes me everything. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit here and do nothing. And men kind of owe me everything. So you see both ends when men become very overpowering and abusive, and women don't do anything about it. So it's like, yes, women have to amp up their productivity and grow in their own power, and men have to soften up and allow themselves to feel. And this is where we will come to balance on both sides.
Right. It's the example is the yin and yang. And you have to have that. Every person has to balance those energies. Exactly.
If you want to have healthy relationships like we do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are some tools that you would tell somebody if they came to you and were like, where should I start? I want to get help. I need help. What's the first step?
I always ask people how much of their energy do they want to invest. And some people just like, that's all I have. I have 1 hour a week. So we usually practice things in therapy, and I make them do actual work, not just talk, because just talk is not working anymore. We're on a different vibration, on a different timeline completely. We have to put in work. We have to do things that will help us to move the energy out of our body. And that is, I think my 2 or 3 favorite go-tos are, I absolutely love parts work, which is IFS. I love tapping. It's very quick. and I love guided imagery. Those three work so beautifully. Occasionally we do eye movement, integration therapy, which is also very helpful, but it depends case by case. If you have anxiety and depression, that would work really well. But there are so many tools right now. There are actually over 50-ish techniques out there that will help you to release emotions out of your body, feelings that are trapped there from trauma, from like all of the things, right? We store our traumas, we store energy in our body. If it's not released, it's going to be trapped. So there's a lot of tools, from very basic tools like running, exercise, singing, dancing, and all kinds of it. It's just so much out there right now. If you tap into one tool and if you stay and you become consistent with it, you will see a lot of results.
Right. And then you have like tools that are like the slow boat, and then you have tools that are the quantum, which are gonna like lightning fast.
Lightning bolt, and it's gonna expedite everything.
Right.
But some people are not ready. Some people really need to go slow, very slow and steady, and they don't want any kind of harsh, fast approaches. They're not ready, and it's okay. We need people of all kinds, of all speeds, because this is a very, very diverse planet with all kinds of beings. So we have to honor everyone. We have to honor the driver that's going 10 miles an hour. And there is a reason why they're doing that. And there are drivers that are going 100 miles an hour. So it's just everyone in between. And yeah. It's like that with therapy too. And there's also psychedelic assisted therapy as well. I think that is probably the fastest way to heal, but it's not for everyone. It's not all the way approved by FDA. Yes, there are some plant-based medicines and certain modalities now, like ketamine just came out and approved, people using it. But psilocybin is still not approved fully. We can't really talk a lot about it in therapy, but I know people use it and it has incredible therapeutic effect. Ayahuasca, which I talked about in one of the previous sessions already. So, and then there's so many other plant medicines that people can use that actually expedites that healing process. It could be 10, 20 years of therapy in one ayahuasca ceremony. It's intense and it's not for everyone, but if you feel called to partake, it's probably for you. But I can't recommend it as a licensed clinician.
There's this beautiful concept in A Course in Miracles, which basically describes that if you want to change your outside reality, the best thing that you can do is work on your inside reality, because your outside is a reflection of your inside. So the more you can forgive and, I mean, to your point, rewrite these scenarios that have happened, and you can release yourself from these pieces of trauma, you're becoming more happy. And because you're becoming more happy and lighter and free, then you don't have to go out of your way to try to fix the outside. It's going to automatically reflect back to you.
Correct. The problem is a lot of people walk around and they feel unworthy, undeserving. And this is probably the biggest block in therapy. And you can tell someone you're worthy, you're deserving, but they don't realize it.
Or they don't believe it.
They don't believe it. So the easiest way to get to this cognition, to that understanding, is to realize that there's a timeline where you have it all. There's a timeline where you exist in a healthy body. There's a timeline where you have a successful, loving relationship. There's a timeline where you don't struggle financially. It's not that you're not worthy or not deserving. It's already there. You just have to allow yourself to meet that version of yourself and synchronize with it. It's called quantum jumping. it's really important for people to realize that that version of them already exists out there, and they are absolutely worthy and deserving. It's when the question is, are you ready to make that jump, right? Are you there yet? And sometimes people don't. They don't believe in it. Something else is blocking them. They don't have time. But it's going to improve your life drastically if you take time out of your day and work on yourself little by little and really realize that it's not you worthy or not worthy. It's like you need to do this work to get there.
This is beautiful. And where can people find out about more about you, about what you're doing, and get you as a coach? How do they find you?
The easiest way to find me is to go on my website. It's olyarich.com. It's OLYARICH.com. And from there, you can book an individual coaching session or a QHHT session with me. And I really hope to see you guys there.
I love that. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. This was great. Thank you for having me.